Okay, yeah, this is where we ended. My mind doesn't function well. So we're going to start from there and add the footer right here at the bottom. So let's start, and the first thing that we're gonna do on the footer is one thing I wanted to tell you is that here on the website and also on your style sheet, you're going to learn to do something slightly different, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm gonna I'm gonna show you what we need to try and do slightly different. So the first thing that you usually have to do is to stay organized. Make sure that in every project that you do, you are super organized. If you're not organized, guys, it's gonna be a problem as you continue. So the first thing is let me just do this. We need to have to name our sections so that when we normally you will have a comment of what the section is. So for us it's gonna be footer, and we can just say full width. Let's leave it like that. So we know everything that goes there. It's just about the footer. So if a person opens your website and is working on the website, they will know where to go when they are looking for something. So that's what we're going to do, and so that's on the thing. And then even on your HTML file you can do the same, but I'm not going to do that for now. But let's start coding the actual rows. So we're gonna have a section. It's gonna be a section. Now I'm showing you another way to do it. You're gonna say section. It's automatically gonna be a section with a class that you're gonna give after the dot. So the class would be, what do we give it? That section will be row. Let's call it row. It's a section, but we call it a row. Now I'm giving you the right way to do these things. Full width. So that means if you ever have to have a section that is full width, you don't have to name it after anything, but you just have to know that it must be able to be usable again. So after that section that is full width, we're going to have a div which is columns. So we're gonna have columns call dash one dash. Normally you will give it the proper names, but let's continue with the way we've been doing it. So we're gonna say dash call one dash call of 4, right? And tab. So within the div we're going to paste. So I want us to have a subscribe to my newsletter form, and the code is, let's just do the code and I'll show you what's gonna look like. So it's gonna be a subscribe form that's gonna have this little paragraph here, and it's gonna have a form where people can subscribe. So we're gonna style it, of course, but at the moment we just have this. So we're gonna have 4 of them, right? So we're just going to, it's supposed to be a div, so we're gonna select the whole div from here and create 4 of those divs. Up to here you hold down Alt, Shift and down arrow once, twice, 3 times, and save. Let's see. After saving it, we will have 4 of them. So we have 4 of them. We copied it 4 times. It's not going to be the same content inside of the divs. So as a matter of fact, let's just change it. I think we just have to put what we need inside. I actually prepared just a copy for what I want there. So I don't know if, yeah, let's just use what we going to, yeah, this is the first one. I don't know. Let's see. Actually, let's just change it the way we want. So the first one is, it's gonna be subscribe to our newsletter. No, I want the first one to be a logo. It's gonna be Zoe Mukwena, and I don't know why I'm using this name, but yeah, I just like the name. And then this is gonna be about Zoe, so I'm not gonna put anything here. We're not gonna have a form. on the first one. Is this the first one? This is not the first one. Okay, Command Z, Command Z. This is fine. So let's go to the first one. I think the first one, I want us to start with the first one. Yeah, this one here. It's gonna be the name of the blogger. So I don't know if I should change the name, but no, I'm gonna leave the name. It's gonna be Zoe Mokwena, and this is about the person, and then I'm gonna remove the form, and then the second one here, it's gonna be, let's say, terms and conditions. Let's just say this is gonna be terms and conditions. Terms, it doesn't say, and conditions here. And we're not gonna have a form as well here. I'm just going to remove the form. And the third one is going to be the fourth one will be the only one that is a subscribe to my newsletter, guys. So the third one will be let's see, follow me on social media. Yeah, let's save it. So we're gonna have that, and then let's remove the form as well under this one over here. We're not gonna have this form. The form is gonna be just one form, and there we are. And then it looks terrible right now. So there's no padding, there's no margin, there's nothing. So we're just gonna style it from scratch now. Since we have everything there, let's go to the style sheet. So on the style sheet, we start by styling the footer, right? We start by styling the row. So it's gonna be row dash full. I think we call it full width. Full dash width. We call it row dash full width, and then we're gonna start styling it inside. So we're going to say on the styling, we're gonna say display. Let's display flex. Display flex. Let's just say display flex, and then the content, you're gonna the position. Let's say relative. The position, not inherit. You're gonna say relative. Yes, relative. And max width. This we're not gonna say our max width is not gonna be our max width is gonna be 100%. We're gonna say 100% because we want it to go all the way, and then we're gonna say margin 0 auto, margin tab 0 and auto, and it's to center align it, right? Margin top, should we give it margin top? Margin top, let's give it a horizontal gutter, that's fine. We already have that. Margin bottom, we need the gap. Let's check. Padding, should we give it padding? Let's give it a padding of gutter horizontal, I think. Let's give it a gutter horizontal. Horizontal? Yeah, horizontal. Sometimes I forget what's horizontal, what's vertical, but horizontal, vertical, I think, if I'm not wrong. And do we need to do anything else? The gap. Let's give it a gap of gutter, vertical again. Gutter horizontal. Now for now, let's not give it a gap. Let's just leave it like this for now. Let's save and see what we got. Okay, I think we have it fine like this. Perfect. So let's give it a padding. Do we need to give it padding? Just trying to see this design. No, we gave it a padding of gutter horizontal. There is padding around it, except that let's see. Yeah, we have the padding. It's fine. I think the padding is fine. So we will style everything, so don't worry about that. Let's give it a background color. Let's give it a background color, background color of, let's give it black. So now it looks like this. So we have the spacing around, and then let's give it a color black. We're going to give it a color black. Let's give it color black, and let's see. Yeah, the background is black. We're going to change. So I'm just giving it some styling. That's what we need really for now. Oh, the next thing that we need, we started yeah. So let's see. I want us to have columns inside. So call -1 of -4, and so we're going to give it a full width, and then we're going to divide it like that, like the other ones. You already know how we did that, right? So, but let me just do it again so I can explain. Width. So width is going to be max width. It's width, not max width. Width is going to be calc, and we're going to say, yeah, we're going to say, I'm doing it like that. So we're going to say, I'm just going to explain. We set 100% minus 3 times gather horizontal, which is 1, 2, 3, and then divide by 4 so that they can be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how we're going to have that. And then the padding, do we need padding? Let's see. Okay, so that's how it's going to look like. I think I like it the way it looks now. It's just like, I think the spacing here is too much. Let's remove the padding on here and save it. See? Oh no, we can't remove that padding. Let's remove the margin. That's margin top. So let's save it. I think it's fine. It's just that the spacing is too much. Should we have the padding? No, let's not have the padding here. On this one here. Let's remove the padding here. Yeah, I think it's fine without a padding. The space is fine. And then we say margin right. We don't need a margin right. So remember that we don't want the margin right here on the last child. So this is what it says. And we say on the column, we must have that the margin right, but not on the last child, which is this one here. It mustn't have space here. So that's what it means. And I think with the rows we are done. So let's go style the text. We're going to say footer text. I think we called it footer underscore title, I think. And we're going to say footer title. Let's see. Footer title. We can't give it that font. Let's give it Amarante. And footer title. Oh, dot. You need to have the dot here. Footer title. Yeah, it's that one. I think it's too small, the title. Let's give it 24 pixels. Yeah, I think 24 pixels is fine. So it's starting to take shape. And then we need, so let's give a border. There's something that I want to do on my website over here. You can see that there's a line here. So I want us to have line here, a line here, and a line here. 3 of them that separates this, but not on the last one and the first one, not outside. So that will be a border right. So it's going to be border right. Where's right? Border right of, we started with solid. Let's make it solid. 1 pixel. 1 pixel. Can make it. And then color. Let's make it white. And let's go out and save. So what's happening here? I put it on the next to the footer. So we don't want this one here. Command X, backspace. Let's save. We want it inside of the column. So let's have it in the column and here. So for now it shows it's there, but we actually want it to sit Command X, to sit also with this one, to sit here, not there, so that we don't have it on the last one there. So we have it here. I think it's actually not so well because I don't like the spacing in between. Inside of the columns, let's give it padding right, padding right of, I don't know, I'm just going to give it a padding right of, let's give it color horizontal. Let's see what does that do. Yeah, we give it a padding here so that the spaces between is nice. Guys, we're not going to do the font here, I think this font, let's change. Should we give it this color? I don't know. I gave it white. You'll decide what you want to do with yours. And the color here of the footer title is white. Let's do another footer text dot footer. I think we have a text. Text. Yeah, let's give it the inter and line height. Yeah, I think we gave it white, but we're going to give it a white. I want to show you something that, so let's say up here with, I didn't show you here. We use the RGBA, but this is black actually. It's black, but at 4%. So if we want to use, instead of using that, we can use our variable. So I'm going to show you how to use the variable. So this variable, the black variable, and then give it that same opacity. So we're going to use that here. Let's make it, so here it's going to be white for the font, right? The font is going to be white, but because we are using a variable, we have to wrap the variable inside the brackets and then put RGBA outside, RGBA outside, and then at the end here we give it an opacity amount, and that is going to be 0.8. Let's see. Yeah, it's slightly lighter than the other font. So that's what we have to do up here as well, so that we can have, let's do that, right? We're not, yeah, we're going to say here color black, right? And not end, $sign, and we say color black, tab, and then we give it a inside of the black curly braces, and then we go here and we say tab, yeah, tab, not tab. Then we go outside and we save it. Yeah, so we just use the variable and then we give it a 0.4% of the opacity instead of doing the previous one where we had the color hex. So we don't have it a hex decimal. We have a we have the variable. We use the variable. So what else should we do? Let me see if the footer we can leave it here. I think we will style the form later on. We will style this form later on, and yeah, let's style this later on and follow. That text is not follow. I don't like that text. It doesn't say follow. It says what? I don't know how to for. It's 2 L's. Yeah, and O. 2 L's. Yeah, follow me on social media. So I think the footer is right. It's just that I just couldn't stand the website without a footer. Let's see if we give it the footer, if we didn't make it black. Let's see if we give it this color here. I'm just doing that, guys, for the sake of doing it. Footer title. So the background color of the footer, let's say color primary. Yeah, let's give it color primary and see our footer. Let's it's better this way, right? Yeah, I think it's better this way. So we will style the form on the next video.
the two of you.